I'm reading this. Morning, welcome.
Morning.
And I'm thinking, what is this all about? I'm not trying to do anything. I've never watched, not even a split second. But I have a family member. One of my daughters, she's been a Game of Thrones fan from the beginning.
Yeah.
So was the end built, the way it was built up, hyped up? What did it really live up to the hype?
Well, I think when you're talking about what's probably the biggest show in recent history and one of the biggest shows in the world, there are always going to be people who are not happy. But then again, there are other people who feel that it could have been worse, without giving anything away, because obviously a lot of South African viewers are going to watch it tonight, who didn't stay up at 3 o'clock this morning.
So it could have been worse in your view?
It could always be worse, yes. Yeah. I mean, look, the object of the show is that someone has to occupy the game of the throne of the title.
Okay.
Someone does, whether or not...
So somebody has to become like a king?
Someone has to become the overall ruler of an empire. So whether or not fans will like the choice that the writers have made remains to be seen. Obviously, a lot of Twitter and internet coverage this morning, there are those who are desperately unhappy. But there are also critics who said, no, well, it was the best possible ending. It was the only one they could have made. So,
okay. Now, I'm told women play vital roles in this story. And from what we've seen on the internet this morning in the final, I mean, as I said, I haven't watched it. So...
well, you've got some time now, Dan, because they will release a box set and you can take the 72 hours, 80 hours that you need to, and catch up eventually.
Okay.
Women have played a major role in the series. There are critics who think that, in spite of the role that women play, they have been dealt a bit of a bad card by the series, which tends to kind of get rid of them just as they're, about to take over and so on. But it is a show that has had a lot of strong and memorable female characters.
Okay. The only other time recently that it came top of mind for me was when there was a report about a waiter in Pakistan who looks like one of the characters, Tyrion or somebody like that. And then he was interviewed and made aware that he looks like this actor who's part of that. But what made this series so compelling? I mean, compared to others, I mean, I'm told this is the biggest ever kind of success we've seen when it comes to TV series. In your view?
Well, I estimate that this series alone had 47 million viewers per episode in the US alone. When you take into account world viewing, etc., you're talking about probably over 100 million viewers per episode over 72 episodes. It's a show full of political intrigue, power plays, lots of violence, lots of sex, and a tendency to kill off people just as you're getting to, like them. And obviously it's also a show that's happened in the age of Twitter and the GIF and the meme and all of these things, which have definitely contributed to its massive success.
So there's a lot of fantasy and adventure about it.
Yeah, and there's magic and, zombie armies. And
a couple of my colleagues on Morning News today on the news desk, I mean, Yashira, Zandile, Nwabisa, and Mandisa, and all of them there, and even Sjabulile, our producer, who's shouting in my ear now and giving me time checks. They're crazy about Game of Thrones.
Fans are known for their immense enthusiasm and dedication to the show.
Were you hooked?
I mean, I've watched every episode of the show. Am I as crazy as some of the people out there? Yeah. No, not as nuts. But I do care, I guess.
You do care, yeah. Are you disappointed it's finished? Not how it's finished?
No,
now it's gone?
I think it was time to finish. It is finished. They are going to make a prequel show which will deal with events prior to the ones dealt with in this one, and that will start shooting later this year and probably be released in the next 2 years.
So part of the spin-offs will be that kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll see what happens. Well, I don't know what you're going to be doing after this because you don't have any more Game of Thrones to watch.
No, but if you start watching now, you'll be ready for the
some
prequels.
of us who never watched it, when we go to the water cooler now at work, nobody will be talking to us about what happened, who's who, and we don't know what they are talking about. Timon, thank you very much.
Thanks very much.
Thanks for coming through. Timon Smith from the Sunday Times.